What if the most exhausting part of living with cancer isn't cancer? After a diagnosis, we hear the same message over and over again: fight, battle, stay strong, never give up. And while those words can be incredibly helpful in the beginning when you need some motivation, they can also quietly teach us something that we actually never intended to learn: that every day has to feel like a fight. So we start fighting everything, including the one thing that is meant to protect us. Today, I'm going to show you why that happens, the system inside of you that has been trying to manage this all along, and the 4-step path that helped me to stop living in battle mode and start living again. Because the goal isn't to stop fighting for your life, it's to stop fighting yourself. I'm Catherine, a stage 4 colon cancer survivor, thriver, author, and cancer coach. Today, I'm going to share with you a clear process that can guide you from fighting to living. By the end of this video, you will understand why so many people living with cancer feel like they are carrying this invisible battle every day, why your body may still feel like it's under threat even after treatment ends, and one simple shift in the way that you think and speak can completely change how you experience your life. Now let's start with something that almost nobody talks about. The first thing that we're going to do is notice the battle. I want you to think about your day today, not your treatment, not your diagnosis, just today. How many things have you been fighting? How much energy does that take? Because here is what I've discovered. Many of us aren't only carrying cancer, we're carrying an internal battle, and battles are exhausting. One of the biggest surprises after my diagnosis wasn't actually the medical stuff. It was realizing how much of my day was actually spent resisting my new reality. I didn't want cancer. I didn't want fear. I didn't want my body to feel different. I wanted my old life back. And because I wanted all of those things, I found myself arguing with my reality every minute of the day. Not because cancer demanded it, but because I believed that every moment had to feel like a battle. And here's what makes this even more difficult. Your brain is designed to protect you. When you were diagnosed, your brain immediately recognized that there was a life-threatening situation that had entered your world. And its job became very simple: keep you alive. It switched into what we commonly call fight or flight mode. So it became incredibly alert, watching, scanning, preparing, because during cancer treatment, those things matter. Your brain learns, pay attention. Danger could be anywhere. And let's be honest, during treatment, this can be really helpful. But here's the problem. Many of us never teach our nervous system that it doesn't have to stay in that place forever. Treatment ends, life moves forward. But our nervous system doesn't always get the message. So it keeps scanning every headache, every stomach ache, every phone call from the hospital. Everything becomes a possible threat. Sound familiar? For years after treatment, my body wasn't living in danger, but my nervous system thought it was. And there's a cost to living that way. When we're constantly stuck in survival mode, we often experience emotional exhaustion, difficulty sleeping, heightened anxiety, feeling disconnected from ourselves, and feeling like we can never truly relax. Not because we're weak, but because our nervous system has become really good at protecting us. The problem isn't that your nervous system entered survival mode. The problem is it never learned when it was safe to begin leaving it. Maybe you've noticed this. You're sitting on the couch watching television, and suddenly you remember your next scan. Your heart races, your breathing changes, your shoulders tighten. Nothing dangerous is happening in that room, but your body reacts as if danger is standing right in front of you. That's survival. Here's something I wish someone had explained to me years ago. Your nervous system is designed to help you survive cancer, but it was never designed to live there forever. Healing isn't convincing yourself that nothing bad will ever happen again. Healing is helping your body experience moments of safety again, moments where it can move from constant survival into what I like to call rest and reset. Because your body heals differently, your mind thinks differently, and your heart experiences life differently when it no longer believes that every single moment is a battle. If what I'm sharing today is helping you see yourself differently, I'd love to give you something practical. I created a free resource called the Next Right Step Guide. It's designed for those moments when fear, uncertainty, and overwhelm leave you wondering what to do next. You'll find the link in the description below. Now, we've talked about the battle you're carrying, and we've talked about why your nervous system will still be living in survival mode. But neither of those explains why some people are able to move towards peace while other people stay stuck in the fight. And the answer, to be honest, surprised me. And it starts with something we use every single day without even thinking about it: the words we speak. And that's why, if you want to get out of fight or flight mode, we need to talk about changing your language, because small shifts make a big difference. Do you want to fight or do you want to live? Do you want to battle or do you want to heal? Do you want control or do you want to trust? Do you want fear or do you want peace? So let's go back to something that we hear all the time. Keep fighting, stay strong, you're a warrior. If those words have helped you, I am genuinely glad. You have to do what feels good in your own body. It's just about asking a different question. How are those words affecting the way you're living today? Because eventually I noticed something. The language I was using wasn't simply describing my experience, it was shaping it. And without realizing it, I was building an identity around fighting. And here's what happens when your brain hears those messages over and over and over: it believes them. Our brains are constantly listening to the stories that we tell ourselves. The words that we repeat become the lens through which we live our lives. Eventually, I had to ask myself a question: what if I changed my language? Instead of saying, I'm fighting my body, I started saying, I'm learning to trust my body again. Instead of, I need to beat this, I asked, how do I care for myself today? One set of words creates pressure, while the other creates possibility. And over time, those tiny shifts changed something much bigger. They changed me, because every time I changed my language, I reminded my nervous system that we're okay. We don't have to fight ourselves today. Changing my words was important, but words alone weren't enough. They had led to something deeper, a different way of living, and that's the final step. I chose to find peace. Peace is the absence of constantly fighting yourself. That changed everything for me. So this pathway is about noticing the battle, calming your nervous system, changing your language, and choosing peace. When you follow this path, something remarkable begins to happen. And you begin waking up asking, how do I want to live today? And that one question changes almost everything. I want to leave you with something simple, not because it's easy, but because it's powerful. Tonight, pause for just 60 seconds. Place one hand on your heart. Take a slow breath, then ask yourself, what am I fighting today? Write down whatever comes to mind. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's uncertainty, maybe it's guilt. Now ask a second question. Which one of those battles can I gently put down today? Not forever, just today. Because healing rarely happens through giant breakthroughs. It happens through hundreds of small moments where we choose ourselves again. If you're watching this and thinking, I understand this, but I don't know how to actually live it, that's exactly why I do the work I do. Information is helpful, but transformation happens when someone walks beside you. As a cancer coach and someone who has lived this experience myself, I provide private one-to-one coaching for people who want personal guidance, someone to help them quiet the noise, rebuild trust in themselves, and create a life that feels meaningful, even with cancer. Right now, I'm opening up 2 spaces for private coaching clients. If you've been looking for someone to support you and guide you through this transformation, you can find the link below to book a call, and we'll just talk about you and where you are. And if today's video helped you to shift the way you think about fighting, I think the next video is one that you're not going to want to miss. And before you go, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what is one battle that you are ready to stop fighting today? Just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. Until next time, take good care of yourself and I'll see you in the next video.